guys, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to I truly just need to like sit at this table right here and make some friendship bracelets with you guys that are Tortured Poets department themed, because honestly I have no other brain cells. I have not for 13 days now. I have not listened to anything else except the Tortured Poets department. So to think that I would make a bracelet that wasn't Tortured Poets department themed at the current time and state of mind that I am in, it's not gonna happen. But I wanted to sit down and do like a video and just like yap, honestly. You can tune me out. You can say, yes girl, I agree with you. You can grab your friendship bracelet making stuff and make some bracelets with me. Whatever your little heart desires, but I need to for me and you, because I think we're all in this point where we're just like, oh, we can't shut the hell up about this album. Like it's insane. Like this album is like insane and I can't stop thinking about it. Like when I'm not listening to it, I'm thinking about it constantly. So it's on auto in my head. Like, anyways, let's sit. Couldn't tell you why I felt like the need to like stand up for that intro. I honestly just got so excited to like film for you guys. And I have all my friendship bracelet making stuff out. I have my water because first of all, water is good. Hydration is good, as Taylor Swift says. And my allergies are absolutely deciding to kick my butt. However, that is not stopping my hot girl walks in the evening, and that's not stopping me from going outside, taking my hot girl walks and listening to Tortured Poets. Like, no, I will be taking Claritin, but if I sound a little stopped up, that's my predicament. And well, you know what, a good excuse is I was just listening to Tortured Poets and sobbing to The Black Dog. Like if somebody asks, like that's also a good answer. And then I'm drinking my iced coffee and it's very light today. But that is okay. So sometimes, I mean, if somebody said here's like a straight black coffee, I would probably be like, I'm not so sure about that, but I'll drink it because it's coffee. But I do like my coffee on the sweeter side, but not like sickening sweet. So I used to love my coffee like sweet, but I just like, as I've gotten older, I just like, I can't do that with coffee anymore. You want to hear something funny though? My order number is 9913. I've been seeing a lot of 13s recently, and I'm just like, I don't know what the universe is trying to tell me with that. It's Tay Voodoo, but I get a medium iced coffee with liquid cane sugar and 3 creams, because that's sweet enough for me, but it's not sickening sweet and it's not like heavy. I just realized I put 4 creams. Well, maybe that's why she's a little lighter, but it's okay. It's absolutely fine. But I'm excited to just sit here and make bracelets. I have been, so ever since Tortured Poets was announced, like I've made a couple bracelets here and there, but since the album came out, like I've been so excited to like make bracelets, because if I'm not listening to this album, I'm thinking about this album, so a nice little reminder on my wrist is like nice. And the Eras Tour it's back next week, a week from when I'm filming this. It is going to be back, and I'm so excited to see if she adds a Tortured Poet set. I'm kind of thinking she's going to, but we shall see. I think I'm gonna do a little video sometime before then, trying to predict like what she might do if she does add a set. I'm really thinking that she will. But I think that because in that Fortnite challenge that she did from like tour rehearsals, there was a sign that she was propped up against that said TTPD. I'm concerned, but anyways, I'm just very excited for what's to come, and I definitely need to get moving on some friendship bracelets myself. So we're pulling all of, I have a whole basket. These, oh, I have more of these, but these are my favorite. I'm obsessed. I need to restock. Because I put them all in like here. But anyways, let's talk about Tortured Poets. This is why we're all here. Oh my god, I have the zoomies. I just wanted to show you these as well. I got these like little charms. Like they're my first like charm that I've gotten for bracelets, and I haven't made one with it yet, but I think we're going to today. This one would be so cute, like a little red one, and say so high school. Okay, anyways, let's see if I can start yapping. I'm not very good at stopping, so good luck. So Tortured Poets Department. Like I said, if I am not listening to this album, I'm thinking about this album. It is 13 days later when I'm filming this, and I sincerely, I'll be honest with you, I don't have all the words down. That was one wordy album. She always has a lot of words, but honestly, I have been so like stunned and like just trying to like absorb the music and what she's saying that like I haven't focused on like learning lyrics, but I'm surprising myself because before this I was putting some laundry in, and I just randomly started singing the entire bridge to LOML, and I was like, oh, I guess I know this now. And like I'll be driving down the road and But Daddy I Love Him comes on, and I'm like, oh, I've got this down. Like I'm shocking myself how much I actually know, because I feel like I know nothing. But I am just like, okay, we're gonna make a So High School one, and I think I'm gonna use like these pretty colors for the letters, and then that lock. I don't know what we're gonna figure this out together. But I've truly been absorbed in this album. I can't, it's my only brain cell. I am so serious and genuine on that. So from the moment it came out, from the moment I hit play on it, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be my whole entire personality trait. But I'll be honest, like on the first listen, it was so like so much to take in, and there was so much like storytelling that like I didn't really like not get it. Like I got it, right? But like I didn't like get it until Emma and I, the next day, we got in the car to go to Breakfast at First Watch, which is an amazing breakfast place if you guys have one near you. And then I also, like, we were gonna go to Target and everything, and of course we were playing the album from like start to finish. We were not putting it on shuffle yet, because we wanted to listen to it in order, and that's when it was like clicking. However, it's still clicking. Last night I had my my headphones in, and I started to walk, and I literally dead freaking stopped. Like I'm not even like kidding you. Like this was like a core memory. Like the manuscript was on, and the lyrics clicked. He said, I'm not a donor, but I'll give you my heart if you needed it, is insane. Like I dead stopped in my tracks. I'm not even like trying to be funny, exaggerating, any of that. Rachel truly stopped dead in her tracks. So this is what I've got cooking so far. But this album just like keeps blowing my mind. Like every time I listen to it, I literally feel like it is the first time over again. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use gold because I'm using a lot of like red and I don't want it to run together. And like, you know, I'm gonna use gold. So it's crazy. Like, and Emma and I were just like, sometimes I'll randomly get a text from Emma and she'll be like, oh my god, this album. And I'm like, no dude, like literally, like we're acting like as if we haven't had this in our life for 13 days. Like it's like so brand new every single time that we listen to it. And I'm so fixated on every single song. Like I've gotten like comments from you guys like, tell us your favorites, and like I'm like, okay, like do you have time for me to list all 31? Because I'm not even kidding you. Like I think I'm gonna do a separate video like going through every single track, like maybe sit in my car and just be like, okay, we're gonna discuss every single track, because like in order, because I truly cannot like pick a favorite. I will say that I have been like, every time every freaking time I hear, oh, here we go again, like in My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys, like I genuinely like combust. Like it is like a rush of serotonin through my veins every freaking time I hear, oh, here we go again. And Taylor's vocals on this album are insane. Like, yes, she can sing her little heart out. She always like has displayed her vocals, and we've definitely seen like progression over the years, like how she utilizes her vocals. But when I tell you, this album is so different in terms of, oh my god, her vocals, like her alto range, her lower range, and then she brings it up. Oh my god, like when I say that, I think of songs like I Can Fix Them, No Really I Can, or I think of Fresh Out the Slammer. Her vocals and like Fresh Out the Slammer literally will give me the biggest goosebumps that I've ever had. Like how she's like, now pretty baby, I'm running back home to you. Like it's so smooth and it's so dreamy, and I'm just like, oh my god. And it's just like you can just hear exactly how she's feeling in this album. Like even in So Long London, you can literally just hear her, like, not me putting down my bracelet, you're just like, you can hear her getting worked up. And I'm just getting color back into my face, and you can just hear like how she's so worked up, and she's just mad because she loved that place, and like she's mad that her youth got taken from her for all those years. And it's just like you can just hear that anger and that build. And like in the Black Dog, you can hear like how she's just like, damn it, there's his location, and he's like starting a life without me, and like we used to share locations, and like now we're strangers. After all these years, we're strangers again. And it's insane. Like you can just hear like that cry almost in her voice, like, and I hope you hear. And then she's like, and she keeps building May, and it's just like that raw like pining, but then she's like building, and she's like, I hope, you know, like, do you hate me? Like, why did this, like, I still don't understand. Like, oh my god. Like, you can just, her vocals on this album are like none other than what I have ever heard Taylor Swift sing. This woman truly poured her whole heart and soul into this album, and that is just something I am just so proud of. Like, her vulnerability, her way of just like conveying storytelling and making everything, this is turning out like adorable, I'll show you guys when I'm done, but like the way she just like conveys like her heart, like nothing is candy coated when Taylor Swift is writing. And I think that that is beautiful, because you get a lot of artists like, okay, like this broke my heart, this happened to me, etc., etc. But with Taylor, it's like, oh, like it's like a next level, like this is real life, this is what I went through, and I'm gonna tell you the story, and it helps her heal. And I think that that is just absolutely so beautiful, how she's always like, this reminded me why I love songwriting. Like, I needed to turn to songwriting when I went through this. Whew. I'm just like, I'm so incredibly blown away by this embodiment of work and her storytelling and her ability to just write her butt off and come up with like the most complex yet absolutely hit the nail on the head with every single thing that she's saying. Like, I see it so visually. And for example, the smoke billows out his mouth like a freight train through a small town. The jokes that he told across the bar were revolting and far too loud. The smoke billows out his mouth like a freight train through a small town. He's loud, he's obnoxious, he is somebody who starts speaking and everybody turns their head and wants to tell him to shut the you know what up. Her writing isn't just, it's not just, oh, he's talking very loudly in a bar. The woman is absolutely making the most insane lyrics out of everything. Everything. And Cassandra, I feel like Cassandra is not being talked about enough, and I would like to bring her to the forefront of this table because Cassandra is with Greek mythology. It has to do with Greek mythology, and it's just, I am such a Mad Woman stan from folklore. This is really freaking cute. I'll put it on the table and so you guys can see it, but she's telling this story of like how she tried to tell people and warn people about someone, and so they filled my cell with snakes, I regret to say. Do you believe me now? Like, you didn't believe me when I tried to tell you, but now that this person is spiting so many of you, you guys are finally getting to see what I was trying to tell you about and so desperately trying to warn you about. And I just think that like her imagery is insane. Her vocals in that song are insane. I will say I am very, 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 underline very, fixated on I Hate It Here. How did it end? Her, like, she literally starts that song off by saying, we hereby conduct this post-mortem. We're examining something that is no longer. But she's not just saying, hey, let's examine my past relationship. Like, she's post-mortem. And then her play on words, like K-I-S-S-I-N-G. My beloved ghost in me sitting in a tree, D-Y-I-N-G. It's like she took everything that we ever knew about love and threw it against a wall for this album and splattered it with like the most decorative, beautiful piece of writing I have ever freaking heard. And can I just say, look, I am so happy for her. I'm just sitting here making this little So High School bracelet, and I just wanted to say, I am so happy for her, and I'm so happy that she has this outlet where she can absolutely tell us her heart and she can tell us her soul. But at the end of the day, she has finally found somebody who brings out that romance that she's been looking for. Like, that just, whenever I hit play on So High School, it just sounds like I should not just be listening to a Taylor Swift album, it sounds like I should be watching a Disney Channel, you know, romance fling, like Cinderella Story or something like that. It's just so beautiful. It sounds like it could have been written for High School Musical in the sense of Troy and Gab. Everything about this album, the bolter, I'm very fixated on the way she's like, water. I love the way she says words. I get very fixated on like the way she says certain words. I saw a tweet the other day too. Somebody was like, what is your favorite? It's not like a mind-blowing line, it's a simple line, but what's one of your favorites? And mine is swirled you into all of my poems. That line, I think it's half the way she says it, but it's so good. It's so dreamy. Everything just flows so perfectly. I cannot say enough. And Fortnite, the way she starts it off, it's such a like a beginning of a story. And I've seen some people say oh, I wish like this song was maybe in the middle of the album. I wish this was kind of like, maybe the placement's a little weird, but in my eyes, I think that it could not have been more perfect as number 1. All of this to say, I hope you're okay, but you're the reason. Like, she is about to take us on a ride. I knew when she said that, when I heard that, I knew we were in for a ride. Oh my god, it's so cute. Oh my god, it is so adorable. So there's our first one of the evening. Okay, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but it's just because I have so much to say. But also, the sounds of her earpiece in I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, how you can hear the 1, 2, 3. It's just the little details, and I said this in my vinyl unboxing too. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna make next. I think I'm gonna make the Black Dog because I can't stop thinking about that song if I tried. Sounds right. It's just the little details that Taylor always incorporates in her stuff that you can just tell that she truly puts her whole heart and soul into her art. And I just think it's so crazy that she was like, oh, I'm gonna put my earpiece sounds in this, in the ending when she's like, oh, try and come for my job. The most iconic thing. And some people, I've seen this too online, that they feel bad for going to the Eras Tour, or, you know, things like that. It is obviously about the Eras Tour, but what you need to understand is, like, Taylor was going through a hard time. Obviously, Taylor was going through a bunch behind the scenes. When the lights went out, the feelings were bright. They were very prominent in her head. So with that being said, in my head, I think the complete opposite, that her having that support, her getting to dance every single night of the Eras Tour and sing those songs, I think healed her, and I think helped her in the sense of, you know, oh, this is giving me a sense of relief. This is giving me a sense of comfort that I need right now. And I think it's so beautiful, again, how Taylor always wears her heart on her sleeve, and how she always has us just so prominently in the forefront of her mind. And she's like, okay, well, maybe my storytelling, even when she says, but the story isn't mine anymore, it's almost as if she's saying, hey, I went through this, and I want you guys to know that, like, I went through this, and maybe by listening to this, you'll feel some sense of, like, community or healing, or, you know, something along those lines. It's just, when I told you guys I wouldn't be able to shut up, I wasn't being dishonest, I can tell you that. But it's just a very freaking magical piece of art. And there's just no other way to say that it is honestly one of those things that I can't stop thinking about. I can't stop thinking about any aspect of this album. And this is the way my brain works. Like, this is the way my brain's going. I just keep jumping from, like, song to song because I can't pick a favorite. Okay, so let's talk about the Anthology. So when we first listened to the Anthology, I was honestly, like, at this point, it had hit me, the storytelling. It had hit me everything that I had just heard in this album, and I was bawling on the couch. I was bawling on the couch, and it was like, I was like, okay, there's like a countdown. Like, we were obviously like thinking about the countdown, and then we saw that she was releasing the Tortured Poets Department, the Anthology. And when we were listening to it, I was listening, but I wasn't, like, I was so overwhelmed that, like I said, like, the next day when we got in the car was really when everything started to, like, full throttle, if you will, click. But I do remember, thank you, Amy. Thank you, freaking Amy. When the line about how her kid comes home singing the song that we both know is about you. I was flabbergasted. I was so flabbergasted. I was like, okay, Taylor Swift said, if I have something against you, you're gonna hear about it on this album. Like, I'm not holding back, and as she freaking shouldn't. Speak your truth, girl. And I've seen people too saying, oh, it's been so many years. Why is she still dwelling on this? Sometimes it doesn't matter how many years have passed, a person can still hurt you. And it doesn't matter how far along you both may have gotten or progressed in your life. Like, there's still that sense of hurt and almost like a contentment of, I need to get this off my chest. And yes, Taylor had alluded to, you know, this said person before. It's very capitalized, it's obvious who it's about, but I think actually saying like, hey, I went from, you know, resenting this to being like, thank you, because all those times that you were throwing punches, I was building something, in the words of Taylor Swift. It was just, it was really an insane listen. It was so funny. The next day when we got in the car, I Look in People's Windows came on. And I looked at Emma, I said, did we listen to this last night? And she's like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, I literally do not remember it, but I can tell you that that is one of my stan songs. It is almost as if that is present Taylor writing an upgraded and updated The Outside from her debut album. It has that same notation of, from the outside looking in, you're wanting to be a part of something, you're looking for somebody, you're looking in somebody's window just to see if they're still, maybe if they're at that table. And what if we connected one more time? Can we talk about the lyric? I look in people's windows like I'm some deranged weirdo. I attend Christmas parties from outside. Who is not inviting Taylor Swift to their Christmas parties? Now, if she's not using that as like a figure of speech, she may well be, because how are you not inviting Taylor Swift to your Christmas parties? But I think that that was such a lyric to put in there. It's like, yeah, you see all these people and events going on, but you're like, why am I not getting invited? Why isn't it me for once? That leads me to what I think is the saddest song on the album. This woman literally was begging. She said, I don't want money. I just want somebody who wants my company. Don't want money, just someone who wants my company. Please let it once be me. Like, who do I have to speak to about if they can redo the prophecy so she has somebody? Not, oh yeah, like, I don't want money, I just want somebody who genuinely loves me and wants my company and, you know, wants to stay with me. That is so insane and so sad. And I get that lonely feeling. I'm very happy on my own, but you know, I think it's human nature to feel lonely. I made the black dog one. But I think it's human nature to only feel lonely sometimes. And you can be decorated with people in your life, but you can still have that sense of loneliness and wishing. And I think sometimes I say to myself, that is such a Taylor Swift song. I'm so, like, that is such a song that I'm surprised hasn't been out for years. I said that when Mad Woman came out, like, I was waiting for her to write a song like that. Like, what a shame she went mad. What a shame, like, the woman went crazy. Like, she's kind of been alluding to like those things in like her interviews and stuff over the years, and when that song came out, I was like, that is such a Taylor Swift song. Same thing with Timeless. On the other side of the spectrum, I'm like, okay, her saying that she would have found this person like in the 1800s, she still would have found that person. She's daydreaming about that. She's talking about an antique shop, like that raw romanticism and reflecting into present time. That's such a Taylor Swift song. And I also said that about The Prophecy. I'm like, this is such a Taylor Swift song. Like, I feel like that makes sense. You guys know, I just feel like there's songs out there that she just releases and you're like, that is such a Taylor Swift, like the theme of it, it's just so, it's so sad. Like, it's so sad. But Travis Kelce, we love you and we will be cheering you on during football season. Trust me, I have my shirts ready. Thank you, kind sir, for your service and love towards Taylor, because she deserves it. She absolutely deserves it. Can we go back to, can we circle back to how did it end real quick? Her vocals when she's like, oh, like heavenly. But it's almost as if she's saying, uh-oh. Like she's like, uh-oh. Like it's so airy and so flowy, but it has that, uh-oh. How did this end? Come one, come all, it's happening again. Is insane. Also, getting to hear Taylor Swift say, you look like Taylor Swift, like, I'm not kidding you, that brought me to a whole new level of soft. And Robin writing about Aaron Dessner's child. Guys, like, I truly can't pick a favorite. I'm scrolling right now looking for something to put on this lovely bracelet, and I'm just like, he was a hot house flower to my outdoorsman. Who? Excuse me, Shakespeare or Taylor Swift? The challenge is hard. Are you kidding me? Come one, come all, it's happening again. Oh, God. I lost the game of chance. What are the chances? That's just, soon they'll go home to their husbands, smug because they know they can trust him. She thought she had a chance to have her happily ever after, and she lost the game of chance. And she's like, what are the chances? And then she's like in the same song going, it's happening again. She's like, who was I to think that this was actually gonna just like tear my heart out? Like that would actually like hurt less. Like and I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna not shut up about that song. How about that? You know what? I'm gonna make a TTPD Anthology bracelet. We're just gonna go the bridges, the builds on this album. If I was the person that she wrote The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived about, I would never show my face again. I would go into a hiatus for the rest of my life. How do you show your face after Taylor Swift literally said, I would have died for your sins, instead I just died inside? How, I'm sorry, how are you still like showing your face? I think that if somebody wrote that about me, I literally think I would go up to every single person that I didn't even know and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Because personally, I can't function hearing that. But imagine that being about you. Imagine somebody saying that about you. Like, that is just so horrible. It's so disgusting how people treat other people. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. You want to talk about going crazy? Listen to the Tortured Poets Department bridge. At dinner, you'll take my ring off my middle finger and put it on the one that wedding rings are supposed to go on. And that's the closest I've come to my heart exploding. Like, are you, what? How do you, Like, I'm sorry. How? That's just... Half of this album makes me want to sob, and half of this album makes me want to throw a pillow. That's just the way it goes. The way that this album is just like that's literally my face. I will be listening to it when I'm 80 years old, and I'll just be going like this. I still won't be able to literally comprehend the complexity, the beauty of this album. Oh my god. I'm gonna be honest, I'm trying to make sure I'm spelling the Anthology correctly. I'm doing a great job. And let's talk about the production of these songs. Thank you, Jack Antonoff and Aaron Dessner. Guilty as Sin. What if he's written mine on my upper thigh? Oh my god. Oh my god. I cannot wait to play that song in the summer with my windows down and just taking a nice drive. Oh yeah. That is gonna be when I peak, right then. I'm telling you, listening to this album in headphones actually, I think, shifted my entire being. It is just so powerful and so moving. And yep, do you guys know what I'm gonna do as soon as I stop yapping? I'm gonna turn on this album. That's what's gonna happen. But I am out of, oh no, wait, I'm not, because they're in here. I just need to restock a little bit. You're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not Patti Smith. This ain't the Chelsea Hotel, we're modern idiots. And even her pronunciation of modern idiots, the way she says modern idiots is even telling me a story. She's like, we're idiots. She's not like, we're idiots. Ha, we're idiots. We're idiots, I tell you. Everything about this album, I'm like, you literally nailed every aspect of this album. The way you're speaking, your lyrics, everything about this album, like, I cannot say it strongly enough. It's so powerful. It is so incredibly powerful. I don't know. Here I go again. Like Chloe, Sam, Sophia, and Marcus, when it's like doo doo. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed, you guys. You guys know how much I love every single one of Taylor's albums. You guys absolutely know that. I'm such, like, I've said it on my channel before, but I am such like an eras girly, because every single one of her albums means so much to me that I am not like the one that's like, oh, this is my absolute, like, I can't rank albums. Like, I'm gonna be so honest with you, I try, and some days I'm like, oh, this album, but they all mean so freaking much to me. But when I tell you I have not listened to one of her other albums or one of her other songs in 13 days, nothing can yank me away from this album. If I'm listening to music, it's the Tortured Poets department. And my mom and I went on a ride. So Emma was here on Tortured Poets department weekend. So I told my mom, the weekend after, you and I are gonna go on a car ride and we're gonna listen to this album together. And I drove and I just put it on, and we were on I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can, and my mom was like, she literally sits up in her seat. She's like, hold on a second. Oh my god, oh my god. It was so funny. But we just drove around and listened to the entire thing, and it was so much fun. And my mom was like, this is such a story. This is such an impactful story And this is such a beautiful representation of what creativity can do for your soul. And nobody could put it better than that. And I think the same thing. I think I just finished this bracelet and I'm obsessed. It's really cute. And she fits, we're good. I can't wait to show you guys. I think I'm gonna stop here. And I think, oh man, I really think I'm about to go on my little hot girl walk and listen to the Tortured Poets Department, because what else would I be listening to? I'd love to see my face when I'm just like trying to like casually walk and listen to this album. There's no way that my face is just like this. Look, I will be frank. This album's, I'm feral over this album. And I miss it right now. I miss it. So I'm gonna put, I'm literally putting my beads away and I'm like, it's hot girl walk o'clock. It's beautiful out, and that means that it's time to put in my earbuds and listen to Taylor. This is the TTPD Anthology bracelet I made, and I absolutely think it's so cute. And then I made the black dog bracelet. Oh my god, I love that. And then I made the So High School one that I showed you guys with the little charm on the back, and I think this one's just precious. That is so cute. Well, you guys, thank you guys so much for letting me just chat with you guys about this album, because this is exactly what's been happening with the camera off. Trust me. Even right now, I'm filming this and I'm like, I have more to say. I have more to say. So with that being said, let me know if you guys would like a video where I talk about the album song by song, because I feel like that's what needs to happen. But I'm sitting here thinking, I didn't even talk about this album enough in this video. And I know I've been yapping for like 40 minutes. Like, no, not even exaggerating. It'll be cut down for you, but I've been yapping for a minute. Like, my mouth is dry from how much I've been yapping. But I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, I feel like I barely talked about this album. Like, I barely, if you will, just scratched the surface. None of them did. And then we went to No One's Ever Had Me Not Like You. All right, you guys. All right. We gotta stop somewhere for now, but I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this video entertained you in some way. And I sincerely hope I see you, yes you, in the next one, and I'll be back to yap some more about our good friend Taylor Swift. Bye guys.